Alright, so here we're going. I could not get the button to push on the record with it in the holder, so hopefully everything will be okay now. I've got space issues on my desk at the minute. I just maybe raise that up a tad. See if I can get it to do that. It's giving me problems. I'm sorry if I'm making everybody dizzy. Okay. I think I've got that pretty much where I'd like it to be. Yeah. All right. There. All right. So I haven't made a video in a few days. I just haven't felt like it. But I've been kind of lurking in some streams, and sometimes I'll go to a stream, and I've been pretty tired the last few days. So a couple of times I went to Natasha's and fell asleep and didn't get to see the end. But I do love going, and I'm not deliberately ignoring anybody or anything like that. It's just, that's where I'm at right now. So I thought I'd do a quick run through on what's left. I did have a number of collages requested for Happy Mail. And I'm going to show what's left because that's easier at this point than listing what's taken in the description box and having people try to figure it out. Or me telling somebody over and over again, no, I'm sorry, that one's not available, because that's awkward for both of us, I think. So I'll just go through real quick and say which ones are still available. If you are interested in receiving one of these as a Happy Mail, or just a Happy Mail in general sans collage, contact me via email. I'll put it in the description box. It's gonna probably take me a week or two to get them out, just because I don't have a lot of money for postage, but so I don't want to like spend a whole bunch at once and then blow my postage budget for the month. It's easier if I do them a little bit spaced out. So you will get Happy Mail from me. It may just take, a few days. So let's get right to this. So this is one of those envelopes. Cherish is available, and this is one of the journaling spot ones. It's got a little flower inside here. Cherish, and that's the back of it, and that's the front. The end is near, number 68. Unexpected, number 65. Better, which is number 64. Capture Your Stories, which is number 82. Lifetime, which is I think that's 85. Hold on a second while let me refer to Instagram. Just make sure I'm giving you the right numbers, because it might be 55. I have very bad handwriting, so I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Oops. Don't click on the link in there. Yeah, this is 55. It's 55. Let me make that more clear to myself on there. Sorry. 55. All right. So that one's 55. The Cult of Family, 69. Raise Heck, number 70. Room to Balloon. Oh. So I hope I'm actually showing these. I've just been picking them up. So that one, that's number 70. Room to Bloom is number 93. Complications. Let me put that pen down. And that is number 99. Trial by Ordeal, which is 98. Local Excursions, 29. The Dangers of Going Green, Number 28, Let's Make History. Number 24, Just Better. 19, Vibrant. That's number 17. Who Do You Want to Be Today? Number 16. 20 Minutes Later. 12. Dealing with Unforeseen Circumstances. And that one is 11. Meanwhile, I've Been Vanished. 45. Be the Hero. 31. Once Upon a Time. 51. Inspire. 53. Free from Secrets. 49. Be You is number 30. And The Promised Land, which is 77. And the last one that's still available, although it's ginormous, is 83 and 84. This is 2 days worth of collage. And this is the, the meat grinder one. So that's what's still available if anyone is interested. Again, I will not be, I'm amazed that any of them got picked up. So I will not be offended if you're totally not interested. And then I turned my 100-day challenge into a 365 challenge. The day that the 100-day project started, April 2nd, is the day after my birthday. So I said it was a challenge that I gave myself for my birthday. And so when it was over, I still kind of wanted to collage. And there's not really any pressure, but I have been keeping up. Today was day 110. So there's 10 collages in here currently. And you can see I've been doing one in the front and one in the back, and then working towards the middle. And you can see it's already chunking up a bit. I started with 3 pages glued together for the substrate. And then I just recently switched to 2 to see how that goes. But it's becoming pretty obvious that I'm going to have to definitely trim some pages out of the middle. Because it's already getting a little chunky and wavy, and I shudder to think like how much bloom or alligator mouth you would get on that if I left all of those pages in there. Even glued together, it's still going to be a pretty chunky one. So this is day 101. Let me make sure that we're on screen here. Just push that up just a tiny little bit, and over this way a little bit, and move the glue. So that looks like it's pretty good right there. So this was day 101, and I have been posting them on Instagram still, and my Instagram is linked in the description box as usual. So 101, collage in the back, big piece of vintage music paper that's got some really nice patina on it, scrapbooking paper, dictionary, this piece of napkin, fussy cut flower, and then there's just the usual suspects that I've been using for a while. I've had this image for probably 5 years, and I've been hoarding it because I really like it, and I'm probably never going to find another one. But so it's a crystal ball with it's cracked, and it says out of order. And over here it says a dozen questions, which, you know, I usually do have quite a lot of questions. So it's a dozen questions, and whatever, because you can't get your answers from this crystal ball. And then I went to the back and did day 102, which is this one. Since this is the last page in the book, I kind of did, this is from a Polish storybook. I think it's Polish. I'm not 100%, but it's definitely in an Eastern European language. And this is Towards the Future. I'm still looking for the word towards or toward. I haven't found it yet. I know I have at least 2 in my stash, so eventually I'll come across it. But even so, if it just says future, you know, that's, even though this book is finished, there will be future projects, future books, always going forward towards the future. So this is day 102, which was the 11th of July. And then this is day 103. And it just says wanna play, and I've got a little creepy girl over here. This was, I think, maybe after one of Brooke's creepy baby videos. So this is kind of a nod towards her. It's not as good as hers, but I had fun with it. I just blotted on some pink paint and to go kind of with what was on the words. These are from a magazine. Got a little bit of napkin back here, and then I did do some stenciling through modeling paste through a stencil. There's a creepy little girl over here, and then I did some purple over the stenciling. This one was pretty quick, obviously, not a lot of, but I did have fun like picking out the picture and stuff like that. And then we go to day 104. Yeah, this is day 104. So I recently rewatched the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I didn't have any big red lips, but when I came across this in my stash, because I just found the other day, that's not all the way on the screen. I just found the other day a box full of images that when I moved my room around that had got, you know, stacked, a bunch of stuff stacked onto it. So I found these blue sparkly lips, and it kind of reminded me of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is from a design catalog, and it's just a bouquet of flowers in a vase, but the picture itself was kind of dark, and so it had kind of an erotic or sensual feel to the photograph. And this is some of Miss Pearl's beautiful lace that I got in, I think, her first or second live sale. So it's this, and she said it's a peachy color, but it feels like a dusty pink to me. I really love this. I wish I had bought more. I mean, I still have, you know, it's not a tiny amount, but it's not a huge ton either. And I might have enough for spines on 2 or 3 journals, but I love this so much. I really wish I had bought more. But I thought peachy, maybe I won't like it. And now I feel like, you know, a total fool for not buying more on faith. So the quote is, "It's not easy having a good time." And so it went together quick because it's really only 2 images and some words I printed out on my computer and edged. I printed them on some coffee dyed paper. I can only do black right now because that's the cartridge I have. And then I put the lace straight onto the book page here, and it was fun, and I like it, and I let it hang over just a little bit. So that's 104, and then we're gonna go 104. So this is 105. Another one with a collage background with the usual suspects. This is a bit, it was an oopsie paper, so it's a bit of purple. Dip dyed paper, that's the painter's masking paper, a piece of a calendar, map, day planner in dip dyed red, little music paper, and then some various book pages. Image from a magazine, and these are from a photography book, and they were done in black and white, and it just says reinvent yourself. So I thought she looked kind of sad, even though she's dressed up, and nobody wants to be in a dunce hat. So, you know, if you've got the time or the inclination, you can always reinvent yourself. And then we'll flip going the other way. So this is where instead of doing a full page, I did a half page. So this is day 106 here. The tag is not included with that. That's actually a different day. This is just decoupage napkin and some words, and then this on here, this is actually a coffee dyed. I'm going to show it in the next video. I'm going to show, so I've been tea dyeing and coffee dyeing for days, and I did a little dip dyeing, so I just wanted to share what I've been doing, but that will be the video after this one. This is a coffee dyed, the pages that came out of the Harry Potter book. It's just folded in half and turned into a pocket right there. And I did hinge on the inside, so there's a little bit more room if I want to stuff some more stuff in there at any point. And it's, so coffee is my sanctuary. You want sweet coffee love. And I'll show the tag after the next page, because this is 106, day 106, which was the 15th of July. And then one on the next page is day 107. So this one is, let me make sure I'm on, yeah, we are. And this is day 107. I used a big piece of, I still have that map of India. It was a gigantic National Geographic map, and this is still a piece of that. This is just the blank book page over here. And then some photographs from a magazine, or maybe a book. It might be a book. It was kind of like grungy stuff in abandoned buildings, that sort of thing. Even this one is from the same. It's a box spring showing on some concrete that's rust stained, and I think this side was painted. So it's the larger image was very visually interesting. Little music paper, and it just says important treasures. Even abandoned things can be important treasures. And this is day 108. These are mixed media pages. Let me see. I think I have some on here. I do. So I have a lot of mass market paperbacks that I've taken apart, and this is what I typically do with them. I glued 3 sheets together, and if you have a sewing machine, you can just tack it down in the middle with a little glue stick and do around the edges with your sewing machine. So it's 3 book pages together, and this is from Midnight Awakening, which is by Laura Adrian. It's a fantasy, like mages, magic and warlocks and witches and that sort of thing. So that's 3 of those glued together, and then I backed it with some 10 squares per inch grid paper that's been coffee dyed. I edged it in brown distress ink. The lace, I think it's from one of Natasha's sales, but this piece is from from a goodie thing I got from Miss Pearl's sale, and I really like this. There was only one, and I really wish there had been more, or that I had been able to purchase more. I don't know that she offered any, but I have very little embellishments like this, and I thought, I loved it when I got it, but I thought, oh gosh, I don't know how I'll ever use that. And now I'm like, I want more. And now I see why people have those little doily like butterflies and flowers and stuff. I absolutely love it, and I would love to do more. And this kind of iridescent variegated ribbon is from I think Natasha's second live sale. I purchased a few trims from her. There's not a lot of it, but wow, did I have fun putting it on this page, because I thought it went with behind this on the book page is the sewing tissue paper. I just took a big section that just had the brown on it, and so there's no sewing stuff, because it's coffee, not sewing related, so I didn't want any of the sewing marks. It's not on theme. I don't know that it would make any difference. I almost had an arrow right here pointing down, but I just didn't know if I would like it. And I don't have very much of the trim type stuff, so I was hesitant to make something that I might have to scrap it and start over. But this is, so the image is from the same, this is decoupage napkin here on this page that I got in, and I still don't know who I bought this from. It says number 83, $10, it's a $10 napkin pack, and it came with this little bag of flat back embellishments and buttons, and so it's this napkin is from there. There was I'll be showing in a minute, I used this cupcake one for a corresponding page in the front. I didn't know if I was going to do pocket pages when I started this, so I'll probably do a couple of diagonal ones and maybe a double diagonal and a double pocket later on. I don't want to put too many pocket pages in like close together, because they do kind of bulk it up. But so this image is from the same napkin. I just tore around it, and the word is also, so you can see it there. And I just left it at coffee. It's a fun little journaling card. I probably, if I had thought about it longer, I would have quickly coffee dyed the trim, but it's a nice contrast. So that's the tag to go with that. So then we're up to day 108. And then have to reinvent yourself. So this is the current day. This is for today, the 18th, which is when I'm, is it the 18th? Oh, the tag is for the 18th. So I'll put that aside. This is yesterday's, the 18th collage. And this is 2 napkins. There were 2 cupcake themed napkins in the napkin pack. And I thought when I opened up the pack, and there was a lot of beautiful napkins, but I looked at the cupcake ones, and I have to be honest with you, I looked at them and I was like, I doubt I will ever use those. But then I started this collage book, and decoupage is a form of collage in my brain, even if you don't think so. This is what I'm telling myself to get through this challenge. Decoupage is, to me, a form of collage. Oh, and I see here, I just smooshed it down last time and didn't put any extra glue on there. I forgot to glue this washi tape before I put it on because I've had it a long time and it's not so sticky anymore. So just some chevron pink and red washi tape there, because I'm gonna have to reinforce this a little bit because I cut a little too deeply when I cut the pages in a couple of spots. So I'm trying to reinforce in the case like this, there's a number of layers of paper reinforcing that. But on this one where I'm doing a different day on each side of the page, there's nothing really reinforcing that. So here I put some washi tape. So then I did the coffee one back here, and I thought I could just make a little collage, something sweet, haha. That wasn't a deliberate pun, but now I've made myself giggle. The cupcake napkins are very cute. It's just not generally my style, but I think the page is cute, and who doesn't love a good cupcake? So this is Sprinkle Love Everywhere, and the pocket says introducing all things awesome. So it's a very, very, again, just like with the coffee one, it's a very simple page, but I had fun with it. It was fun to glue it down. On this one I did, because this napkin had a lot of white space, I did whitewash the background with some gesso because the words really showed through, and I just didn't like the effect with this particular napkin. Normally I don't mind if the words show through, because you can see on the coffee ones they do, and I don't mind it at all. But this is more of an off-white color, just like the sewing paper, and so I didn't mind it at all. And this is sewing paper in the background here too, the pattern paper. But with the white, I did not like the aesthetic of it, so I just whitewashed over it. I maybe could have done like a little pink too to give it a little more color. I finished the edges in the brown distress ink, and then I'll just show this over here. So this is the same book. I have lots and lots of mass market pages. If anybody wants some, do let me know. I'm probably going to put some up in my Etsy shop, because they do actually make a fun, and I don't know that a lot of people use, I know you can get the books pretty cheap, like from used bookstores and stuff, but I have a lot already separated, and so I'll probably do some lots in my Etsy store. But if you are just interested, you could be like, I'd like some Happy Mail, some mass market book pages to try it out. Or if you just have a mass market book you don't like, give it a shot. This was fun. It doesn't take that long to glue them together, and I spent my time right after they were glued kind of doing this, and they came out really flat. You can see on the back, I did this one in pink because of the page. This is actually something I'm going to show too. I just finished some pink dip dyed notebook paper, and I wish I had gone, I couldn't find this roll of washi tape, but I love this stripy one, just not on this pink. It doesn't, but that's how it turned out. This trim is also from Natasha, and I'm almost out of this because I've used it in a couple of places. I like the little loopy, it's just fun. And this is Sprinkle Love. These are some of those flat back embellishments from that napkin pack. I cut out this napkin. It's got some little candied oranges down here, a little cherry, a couple butterflies, because apparently butterflies like cupcakes. And then it's this cupcake over here, right there. But it's got a blue wrapper instead, so that's interesting. So it's the same cupcake, but look, it's got a flower here and a butterfly there, so it's a little different. Cute. I like that when you get a variation, because this is the same napkin, but this is one square. You fold it out and it's a four squares. So this is one square and this is from a different square. So there was even variations on the squares. A lot of times they're just exact reproductions, so that's cute. I got out my E6000 for this and I just made a hot mess everywhere. Glue at galore. So this is the current day. This is day 110 out of 365. So that means I should finish on my birthday in 2020. And I will be 49. I just tried to make myself 10 years younger. I earned every year. I will be 49. I'm waiting for my 50th birthday because somebody I know online told me, and I thought this was awesome, that, and if you don't like swearing, maybe mute the video real quick. She said 50 is the new fuck it. And I'm like, I can't wait to get there. She said, her and her friends had been discussing this. She's been 50, she's actually almost 60 now. Such an amazing personality. She brings a lot of joy to the world, but she said that her friends and her were discussing it, and she was like, there was a huge attitude shift. She said there was one, you get one around 30 because you're getting older, and you get one around 40 because, maybe you're been in your job a while, or you're doing a transition with your job because, your children are maybe becoming grown, or they're getting old enough that you don't have to be married to the same job you've had for a while, or just people's interests change over the years. And so 40 can be a more transitional time. I've noticed that there's quite a lot of people that get divorced in their late 30s and early to mid 40s, where relationships change, where maybe you got married in your 20s and your kids are, almost grown, or they are grown. And so I have seen a trend of a lot of couples separating in the 40s, but it's like a transitional period. And then she was saying, but they all noticed that around 50, they just really, really quit caring what other people thought. And that's where the phrase 50 is the new fuck it came from. And I'm like, I love it. So I'm only basically a year and a half away, maybe a little bit more. My birthday's in April. And I will be 39 when I finish, if I manage to make it through. I have started so many 365 challenges, photographs, attempting to draw things, and I really suck at drawing, so those never get very far because I look at them like, I can never show this to anybody. It's horrific. I am one step below, maybe, no, if there's like a sub-level, like 5 bits below stick figure, that's where I'm sitting in the corner by myself. But this is Natasha's trim, the flat back embellishments, the little bit of napkin, some Tim Holtz, those little words in the little bookie things, conversation starters or something. I don't remember what they're called. I only have one book of these. That's all I could ever afford, but I sure do like them, and I would love to get my hands on some more. It's the Chit Chat things, and I've used a lot of them. I love the brown ones. So Sprinkle Love, and then this is some of Pearl's pink trim that I got in her auction. What did I do with Pearl's pink trim? Because I was going to show it to you. So pretty. Oh, there it is. So I guess I can see where she said this is pink, but I feel like it's like, I'm still stuck on this. Like, it's not pink. Like, this is like a baby pastel pink. I feel like this is kind of a dusty rose sort of color. I just don't see it, but I am a little bit colorblind. I will admit that. I don't see some shades true to color, according to friends and family who have known me a long time, not just like random people are like, you don't know your colors. But this seems to me like a more dusty rose, but it could be peachy, and maybe I just don't see that shade properly. But this is what's on there. So it's the pink like that. but it looks darker because beneath it is the sewing paper and a little bit of this napkin. And that's the tag, and it is backed on this, I normally do something called blush, which is more like this lighter area in the middle. This batch, the lined paper, came out pinker than usual. It's not quite hot pink, but it's not quite blush either, but I really like it. Not all the pages came, well, quite a few of the pages actually, if I'm honest, came out with this kind of variegated, and I'll be showing them in the next video, like I said. So that is the current day, and that's where I'm at. I really do. I'm going to do, I think, some of these as just independent collages, because you could do this as a tip-in. It could go in a pocket, which is where it's going here. So, and I accidentally put, I had this upside down and I was putting the glue around the edges, but I did the glue like this. Complete dork. There I was. I put it on and I'm like, oh, that's wrong. So I started lifting up the edges, and then I had to come down here and like squeeze the glue in there. And then I just had to prop it up with a, and I put my little pen, and I kind of did like that so that it wouldn't glue itself to that. But I'm worried that because this has, I've used Mod Podge for this, that it's going to stick because there's actually, you know, glue on the back of that. It's dry, but so that is to current, and I have this will be tomorrow's. And then I've just been going as I finish, like when I finish this one, I'll glue the next 2 pages together. And I may do 3 for the, no, I'm not going to do a pocket already. I'll do probably a double spread. Maybe a couple double spreads, and then I'll do pocket. But I've been, when I finish this page, I glue the next 2 together so they have time to like cure, I guess. Because I'll be flipping back to this side where I have, here's my little tag and pocket page, and this one. And this will be a double spread. But I've already, because I finished this a couple of days ago, I've already, and this is where, so here's the, these are all 3. This one's actually 4 because I made a boo-boo. I put the glue all over the paper, and I'm like, oh, that was the wrong side of the paper. So this one is 4, and it's super thick. Plus it's got the thickness of the end papers are always thicker than the book pages. But these are all 3. These are all 3. Plus that's got the book page on it. And then this one is 2. Because I'm doing the collage on a lot of them, I thought they're so stiff. I'm going to see how I feel about this weight, and then maybe I'll switch back. This book is for me. It's not like I'm going to give it to anyone or anybody would even want it. But so I can experiment and play around with it. But I think after I do these 2 pages, maybe I'll take out every other page for a little while. Just to thin it out a little bit so I don't have like an alligator mouth, like where it's like, ooh, look at that. Where it's just like the book becomes a circle of pages where you could do that with it. That would be amusing, actually. You could glue the end papers to this side. You could glue this to this and then just turn it around and you put it on your coffee table, and there it would be. I have not decided on the cover yet, so I'll update you when I know more. But that is what's going on with my collages, is day 110. And I will show it maybe every 10 days or so, so that it's a way to hold myself accountable and to share for anyone who might be interested. If you've made it to the end of this 33-minute video, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Then thank you so much. I've babbled way too much. But I did have a lot of fun working on these collages in this book. It is a challenge to do it in a book, especially trimming the papers and stuff. So this is new for me. This is it's actually my second altered book, but the first one I just did like painty stuff in it. I didn't actually collage. So this has been an interesting process for me. I'm enjoying it so far. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching. No matter what time of day or night you wash it real good. No matter what time of day or night you watch this, I hope that you are having a lovely time and that you are having a joy-filled summer despite the despicable heat that is going on everywhere. Thank you ever so much, and bye!